New to the Ren Fair? Want to dress up but you're not sure where to start? Well, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Hannah. Thanks so much for coming to my channel where I talk all things costuming, cosplay, and live events. And today we are talking about fast, easy, quick, cheap Ren Fair costumes to get you started. I was once like you all a few years ago. I had never been to the Ren Fair. We were going for the first time and I was like, well, I think people dress up for this. I have no idea what to do. I am going to look at Amazon, I'm going to look at the thrift stores, and I'm going to kind of throw something together. I don't want to spend a ton of money. It's my first time. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. I wasn't sure how into it people were going to be, and I was like, ooh, I don't know. My outfit kind of like whispered Ren Fair, but it wasn't like super in your face. I'll show a picture of it here if I'm able to find one. But once I went to the Ren Fair for the first time, oh boy, was I obsessed. And I immediately started finding all these more costumes, going to the thrift store all the time, looking into other resources, etc. I do sew a lot of my own pieces, but today we are focusing on like quick, cheap, easy. So we are not looking at sewing. We are looking at things that can be thrifted, bought, specifically on Amazon. And then first of all, today, let's look at this outfit I'm wearing. She's kind of serving witch, a little goth witch-ish. I could definitely wear this to the Ren Fair. It's a little warm right now for this velvet dress, but you can see it's got this nice like crochet-ish pattern up. Then I paired it with this little stretchy corsety type belt I found on Amazon, another gold belt that I found online as well, and then I think this necklace is from Amazon, and then this hat that I bought I think at a Marshall's a couple years back for my honeymoon to New Orleans. So it's kind of already like a hodgepodge type situation, but like pairing this with like some tights, some tall black boots, easily fit into the Ren Fair. Another tip for those of you who wear Apple Watches, if you don't want your Apple Watch to clash with your outfit, I have this little guy that I got also on Amazon, and I just wear my watch on the inside of my wrist, and then when it comes to like photos and such, you can't really see it. So that's just a little way to keep your outfit a little bit more themed. So let's talk about thrifting. We are looking for like a long cotton, gauzy, linen style dress or skirt for the ladies if you're looking for a more feminine look. And that can be a great base for you to build on top of. If you can't find anything in there, you can also look for oversized like cotton or linen tops, especially if there's like lacing detail or crochet detail like this. Like the more detail and texture, the better. Other thing I always hit up are wide looking belts or just unique looking belts. Also looking for hats, scarves, and jewelry. You never know what you're going to find. A lot of times in like antique malls and such, I'll find like brooches or some like very thematic jewelry that doesn't really fit in anywhere but is great for costumes. We'll say if you are looking for a more masculine look, straight pants and like greens or browns, maybe even corduroy or wool textures. Don't be afraid to check the men's section for pants, and also men, don't be afraid to check the women's section for shirts. I have found some Ren Fair style shirts in the women's section that both my husband and I can wear because they're like very large, oversized fit, so either of us can wear it. I would also say take a look at the boots if you do not have some that you were already planning on wearing. Ren Fairs can get very muddy, so you're probably going to want to cover your feet as much as possible. If you really want to wear sandals, follow your heart. I'm not telling you what to do. I will also suggest going to multiple thrift stores over multiple days. You never know what you are going to find at any thrift store on any given day. And a lot of the things that we are about to go through here, I have found at several different thrift stores over like months of thrifting. Sometimes I'll go like a month or two without thrifting, and then I'll go for a couple days in a row. Even if you think that you don't have like good thrift stores in your area, just keep checking back. Like make it part of, I don't know, make it part of your routine. Like go on Monday after work or something like that. Thrift stores are usually a lot busier on the weekends, as are most stores. So that's why I say that. If you literally don't live near any thrift stores, you can also try places like ThredUp, Depop, online selling places. You can also give it a quick Google to look if there's any like costume or vintage shops in your area. I had been going to the Ren Fair for a couple years before I discovered this shop near me that sells vintage and costume pieces. And I love going there. It's like every time I go in, I swear I can't go in there without spending like $100 because I love everything in there. I had no idea it was there until somebody told me about it and I Googled it and I was like, oh wow, this really does have Ren Fair stuff there. So you never know what might be right around the corner. And if you're looking for new items, I would also suggest stores like Target, Old Navy, Marshalls, Ross. Those places have recently had a lot of like looser fit, gauzy type items that can work for bases. If you can find something similar at any of those stores, I say go for it, especially if it's made out of cotton or another natural material. Emphasis on the cotton or natural material because it's going to be a little bit cooler for you to wear rather than like a polyester or something like that. And I will also say those brands like Target and Old Navy specifically, I have also found thrifted Ren Fair items from Old Navy. So I knew that Old Navy had these kind of things, and I was keeping my eye out on ThredUp and my local thrift stores, and I found some great pieces there as well. And then, of course, the big one is Amazon. I do have a link below in the description where I have an Amazon storefront. I'm sharing things that I have purchased before, including this belt and some other things that I will show you later to help get you started. So maybe you can go to a thrift store and find your nice base and then get some more accessories like a hat, belt, some jewelry to accompany your outfit. And when it comes to accessories, the more the merrier. I like adding multiple belts, such as here. I've got 2 belts on right now, and they often help create this more like layered look that's going to give you, it's just going to add a whole lot to your look and your costume to have all these layers and different pieces. It's going to be more visually interesting. And specifically to those on a tight budget, if all else fails, you can find things like this on Shein. This specific belt, I believe I found on Shein a while ago. It is significantly cheaper, and if you don't mind waiting a little bit longer for it to get to you, go for it. You know, forewarned, you get what you pay for. I have a similar belt to this in silver that I think broke before I even ever got to wear it. And I'm not going to shame you, and I'm not going to lie that I've never purchased from Shein because I do have a few things from Shein. But, you know, that is an option that is available to you as well. So now I'm going to go through and show you some of the pieces I've thrifted and purchased, and we'll take a look at how I would style them. Over here, this is my favorite dress from Amazon. It is from R. Viviamos, I believe it's called. Around $40, super stretchy, and I love the texture of this. It's got like a Swiss dot texture, and it's a nice stretchy top. This is definitely on Amazon, and I've worn it to work, not just to the Ren Fair, but you could easily pair this with like maybe the belts that I have on, or another corset. This is definitely, when I say base layer, this is a good one. This is not thrifted, but I'm sure you could find it on thrift stores. I'm always looking for this dress in other colors on ThredUp. I bought this one new from Target. It is that very gauzy feel, and it has some stretchiness in the back. So this one is going to be super comfortable, and it's very long and tiered, and she's got pockets. So I love her a lot. Thrifted velvet dress that I love. I was not looking for any velvet dresses when I found this, but here we are. I love it. It adds a lot to the looks whenever I wear it. It is a little bit warmer, so maybe not any time in the summer months. Going for more of a fairy look. This is also thrifted. I think it's from American Eagle. It's got a cross back, some ties for a nice strappy look. The next two are like more neutral colors that I would definitely build a lot more on, like maybe wear another skirt over top of the dress. This one is an old Target brand, Merona. It's beautiful like detailing on the sleeves, and it's nice and gauzy. It's very see-through, but it also comes with like an underlayer to it, so you're not showing everything. Another thrifted base layer. I thrifted this brand new with tags, and it actually is from one of the newer Target brands, Future Collective. But I would definitely use this, especially in the colder months. This is a Ren Fair skirt that I really, really love. It's not as full as some of, like, amount of fabric wise as some of the others, but it's this nice brown, and it's got all of this cool detailing and beading on the bottom of it. I've worn this a couple times. I'll show some pictures of me wearing it. Found this one on ThredUp, and it's definitely more of like a night core type thing. It is an original Old Navy brand. And I specifically found this one because Dress Me Up Scotty likes these a lot. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. I need to find it. Guess what? I found my own on ThredUp. Now, the next few are some blousey type things that are all in like a cream-ish color that can be used as underlayers for a bunch of different projects. So these two This is a long sleeve one, also originally from Old Navy. And this is an originally from Target, also thrifted. This is thrifted, and it is also a top that you can find on Amazon. I am not a huge fan of it because it is made of polyester, and these sleeves just like they're like a bigger bell sleeve, and they just get really irritating for me. These are both like more hobbity style things I would wear with like a vest type thing over it. This is actually the first shirt I ever wore to a run fair. This was like one of the first things I found when I went thrifting for my very first run fair. So it's got some nice detailing on the sleeves, some puffiness. It is polyester though, so it's not the most comfortable thing, but I will probably never get rid of it because it is near and dear to my heart. If you want to go for a little bit more pop of color, I've got some more options. This is a cute crop top that you can wear like with a corset over it and no one will know that is a crop top. I love the color and I did thrift it. This I'm pretty sure is a swimsuit cover up, but I love the color and the textures of it, and it's got like this cool little hood on the back of it. Definitely for more of like a ranger type look or a knight type look. This one, very cottagecore. I originally purchased this from Target new several years ago, but it looks really cute under like a bodice, and I like the texture. I think I found this one at a thrift store, not on ThredUp, but it's the same as that white one almost, except it is short sleeve. It is a thicker material, but I really, really love this one. If you want a long sleeve look, I also thrifted this, also originally from Target. Do you see the theme here? I've worn this with that brown skirt that I showed you earlier. I'll probably show a picture of it. But this is something that I also can wear in like my normal regular life, not at the Ren Fair. So, if you can thrift something that you can do both with, do both. These two bodices I bought at that little resale shop that is near me that I didn't know about for a long time. I have worn both of these a couple times. This is a overbust corset I bought from Amazon. You can find a link below. It is a little big on me right now, so I might have to alter it or maybe pass it on to somebody else who needs it. For those of you who say you can't thrift corsets, you're wrong because I have two right here that I've thrifted. This first one you can also find on Amazon, so I'm going to link it below, but I did find this in the thrift store and I did recently wear it. And, I love her. She's great. This next one I think is handmade and I need to adjust the lacing on it, but it's this nice bodice. There's no boning in it, so it's not technically a corset, but I really like the texture of it. It's like animal skin-ish. And then if you are going for a more masculine look, I do have a couple jackets that I have not styled yet. They still have the thrift tags on them, but they were just too good for me to pass up when I saw them. This one is like really similar to like a gambeson, like Witcher-ish maybe. I would probably replace the buttons, but I just couldn't leave it. This one is probably one of the nicest things I've ever thrifted. And it's real leather and it's got all of this like crochet detailing down the front. This was also giving me like Jaskier from Witcher vibes. I want to wear this to something so bad, and I eventually will. This one is a rangery type thing. It's a really unique piece, which is why I bought it, and it's kind of like a poncho but a jacket. It has a place. I just have not quite found the place yet. Now, you may say, where am I going to get men's stuff, right? My husband always says, oh, there's never anything for men at the thrift store. Incorrect. This one is originally from Amazon, and it was actually gifted to me, so it was not thrifted, but I can absolutely see finding this at the thrift store. And this one is an International Concepts one. It's just got a really nice texture to it. It looks linen. I don't think it is actually linen, but we bought this and we will absolutely be using it in a future look. This one, definitely bought brand new from Target. Love the texture. Have worn this to Ren Fair style things before, but I also definitely wear this in my regular life job too. And I also like to do like a layered petticoat type thing if I want to use skirt hikes and bring my skirt up a little bit so you can see like a little bit of lace crochet detail from my petticoat underneath. That is from Amazon. These are some of my various unique belts that I have found at thrift stores before. You can get some little elf ears if you want to be a little elf. Got a link in that below. I've also thrifted this scarf. I was like, oh, this is definitely piratey. We will probably use this at some point. And sure enough, my husband has used this the last 2 times he's had a pirate look. Paid like maybe $1 for this at the thrift store. So always keep your eye out there. When it comes to headwear, you're going to want to protect yourself from the sun at the fair as you're walking around. This base gray hat, I did actually buy at the Ohio Renaissance Festival, but there are similar ones on Amazon linked below. And then I just dressed it up with a flower crown and some other little guys I've gotten at like craft fairs and run fairs before. This one I also got at a craft fair type place before. I've also thrifted this. I think I got this at a Goodwill. It's just a cute little like garden hat and footwear. Thrifted these boots at one point. They've got this nice lace up the back. These are another pair of thrifted boots. This is what I wear most often. You can tell because they are covered in dust from the Ren Fair, but just anything that's kind of like faux leathery and buckly or lacy, go for it. So those are just some of the things that I have found thrifting or through Amazon. Honestly, I'm missing a few things up here because I am way behind on the laundry. A couple other things I want to add. You are under no circumstances required to dress up. In fact, a lot of people do not. So dressing up is completely optional. I think it's more fun, and I know a lot of people have a lot of fun dressing up. So that is the main reason behind this video, is to kind of help get you inspired. And I will say, once you go for the first time, you will probably feel more inspired by seeing all the other outfits that people have put together and are wearing at the fair. And the other thing, and this took me a while to get over, it's like I have this ingrained thought that you can't mix brown leather and black leather. It doesn't matter. And specifically in like medieval times, no one like had all of their leather matching. So that's something I've really let go of. So like I'll often have like a couple of different brown belts and then black boots, so, things like that. And I guess the other overall thing is just be who you are and have fun. Nobody really cares. There are no rules. Just know that it is generally a family friendly place, so make sure you're covered, but wear whatever you want. And I hope you have fun experiencing your first Renaissance Festival. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have any suggestions on my outfits. I'd love to chat with you all about outfits. Styling is so fun for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!